Monday, November 10th, 2025, AGNDD intelliReport topic, Typhoon Kalmaegi. Please pardon any visual and informational inaccuracies in this entirely AI-generated article-based video. Typhoon Kalmaegi struck the Philippines and Vietnam in 2023, intensifying from a tropical depression to Category 3, prompting massive evacuations and preparations. Typhoon Kalmaegi formed from a convective disturbance on October 30, 2023, east-southeast of Yap. It was classified as a tropical depression on October 31st by JMA and November 1st by Pagasa. Upgraded to Tropical Storm Kalmaegi on November 1st, it entered the Philippine Area of Responsibility, PAR, on November 2nd, named Tino locally, and intensified to a severe tropical storm. By November 3rd, it became a typhoon. On November 4th, it reached Category 2 strength before making landfall in Silago, southern Leyte, followed by multiple landfalls in Cebu, Negros Occidental, Guimaras, Iloilo City, Cuyo Archipelago, and Palawan through November 5th, weakening due to land interaction. Emerging over the South China Sea, it rapidly intensified to Category 3. Approaching Vietnam, it weakened under wind shear and made landfall in Gia Lai and Dak Lak provinces on November 6th, rapidly dissipating over mountainous terrain. Summary of Tropical Cyclone Kalmaegi, 2025. Pagasa issued escalating tropical cyclone wind signals from November 2nd, 6, starting with signal number 1 over eastern Samar and islands, progressing to number 4 in areas like Dinagat Islands, Siargao, Leyte, and parts of Cebu, Bohol, and Palawan. Signals indicated winds up to 184 kilometers per h, with all lifted by November 6th except Calayan. Preparations included evacuations of 400,000 people nationwide, forced evacuations in Guiuan and Dinagat, 10,000, 15,000, class suspensions in 723 areas across regions, and work halts in 484. DSWD readied food packs, sea travel was suspended, Cebu activated response plans, churches served as shelters. Events like basketball matches were postponed amid landslide risks for 25,000 schools. On the afternoon of November 4th, authorities in Gia Lai province initiated evacuations from high-risk areas prone to landslides and flooding, with thousands relocating to shelters in Gia Lai and Quang Ngai. In preparation for the storm, approximately 350,000 people were evacuated in Gia Lai, and an additional 7,976 in Dak Lak province. 6 airports in central Vietnam halted operations. Communist Party General Secretary To Lam abbreviated a Central Committee meeting to enable officials to return to impacted regions. For relief efforts, over 260,000 soldiers and personnel, along with 6,700 vehicles and 6 aircraft, were mobilized. Chinese authorities in Hainan activated maritime disaster emergency response procedures and issued warnings for a catastrophic wave process in the South China Sea, signaling severe weather risks. Meanwhile, on November 1st, the U.S. National Weather Service issued a tropical cyclone formation alert for the Yap Island group in the Federated States of Micronesia. Residents were advised to monitor forecasts closely, with scattered showers and isolated thunderstorms expected over the next few days. Typhoon Kalmaegi struck the Philippines, stranding 4,704 people, 1,649 cargoes, and 1,643 vessels in 104 ports. It canceled 186 flights, affecting 16,000 passengers, and impacted over 3.5 million individuals, displacing 562,037. Infrastructure damage included 69 impassable roads, 8 bridges, 2 closed airports, and 76 damaged schools. President Marcos declared a national state of calamity on November 6th. Power outages hit 1.4 million households, with P2 19 million in agricultural and infrastructure losses. Homes damaged totaled 151,231, including 18,982 destroyed. The storm caused 224 deaths, 526 injuries, and 109 missing, mainly from drowning and falling trees. Hardest hit, Cebu, 158 deaths, Negros Occidental, 52 deaths, and others. Flooding submerged areas like Cebu City and Mandaue, with record rainfall, for example 235 mm in Masin. Incidents included a helicopter crash killing 6 and ship collisions. States of calamity were declared in multiple provinces. Typhoon Kalmaegi struck Vietnam, claiming at least 6 lives, 3 in Dak Lak, 2 in Gia Lai, and 1 in Quang Ngai. 26 people were injured. Over 32,000 houses were damaged, with 333 destroyed, 206 in Gia Lai, 118 in Dak Lak. Strong winds and heavy rain in Gia Lai and Dak Lak provinces blew off roofs, damaged structures, and toppled trees and power poles, leaving more than 1.6 million households without electricity. 3 people went missing at sea off Lisan Island, but were rescued after 3 days. Sections of the North-South Railway were washed away. Agricultural losses included 96 damaged or sunk boats, over 18 hectares of fish and shrimp farms, 54,300 aquaculture cages, 3,800 hectares of rice and crops, and 7,400 hectares of other crops. Total damage was estimated at 7.80 trillion dong, $309.6 million, with Gia Lai suffering 5.2 trillion dong and Dak Lak 2 trillion dong. The remnants of Typhoon Kalmaegi triggered severe flooding across 15 provinces in Thailand, primarily in the central regions. This disaster resulted in 13 fatalities and impacted approximately 470,000 people. It affected 97,000 homes and 3,000 villages, causing widespread damage and displacement. Summary of typhoon impact in Cebu. Flooding in Mandaue prompted the deployment of 30 Disaster Risk Reduction and Management Office personnel for rescues, with the office on red alert. Clearing operations began as local authorities assessed damages. President Bongbong Marcos urged agencies to accelerate recovery, instructing cabinet members to visit affected areas. The Department of Health activated a code white alert for swift medical aid. Cebu's provincial government redeployed heavy equipment from the 2025 earthquake response to storm-hit zones and declared a state of calamity due to extensive destruction. Rescue efforts were halted on November 8 amid threats from incoming Typhoon Fenghuang, Uwan. The Department of Environment and Natural Resources launched an investigation into the rise at Monterrazas condominium in Cebu City, accused by residents of worsening urban flooding. Several foreign nations extended aid and condolences to the Philippines following Typhoon Kalmaegi, other storms, and the 2025 Cebu earthquake. Timor-Leste pledged 120 engineers and firefighters to aid in clearing debris and rehabilitating the worst-affected areas. The United States committed $1 million for immediate life-saving support, including emergency shelter, logistics, and access to clean water and sanitation for impacted communities. Canada, Australia, and Japan conveyed sympathies and affirmed their willingness to offer additional assistance for recovery efforts. In the wake of Typhoon Kalmaegi, communities rebuilt amid lessons on resilience and preparedness against nature's fury.
Thank you for watching this AGNDD intelliReport, dear viewers. Please like, subscribe, and click the bell button to get notified during new uploads. And make sure to tune in next time. Stay safe and healthy. Cheers.